What if one of the most common parent tools in the world, the reward chart, is quietly producing the exact opposite of what parents hope for? Today, I'm joined by Dr. Özgür Bolat to explore why. Hello and welcome to the Dave Pamah Show. Across the world, parents and teachers and schools all want the same thing: to help children grow into confident, resilient, and motivated adults. Yet, many of the methods we've relied on for decades, reward charts, gold stars, praise, treats, and screen time incentives, may be creating unintended consequences that last far beyond childhood. Today's guest is Dr. Özgür Bolat, an education scientist, researcher, and associate professor whose work combines decades of psychological research with practical experience working alongside parents, teachers, and schools. He holds degrees from Harvard and the University of Cambridge, spent time as a visiting researcher at MIT Sloan, and has dedicated much of his career to understanding what genuinely motivates children. His new book, The Reward Track, challenges one of the most widely accepted ideas in parenting and education, that rewarding children naturally builds motivation. Today, we're going to look beyond parenting advice and explore something bigger: how the systems we build around children at home, in schools, and across society shape who they become. Dr. Bolat, welcome to the Dave Pamah Show.
Thank you, Dave. Thank you so much for having me on your podcast.
Great to have you. Hot topic for me, and really hot topic in the UK at the moment as well. Amongst other things. But we'll get this flowing nicely, so people get to draw out the work you're really doing around this important work. You spent years studying motivation, and your research challenges something millions of parents and teachers believe is unquestionably helpful. But before we talk about rewards themselves, what first convinced you that we might have fundamentally misunderstood how children become genuinely motivated?
Oh, yeah. So let me tell you my story.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, I was a very successful student, valedictorian, the best college. I went to best college.
Yeah.
And then I went to Harvard for my PhD for my master's degree as a Fulbright scholar.
Yeah.
Then I went to the University of Cambridge for my PhD, and I spent 1 year at MIT as a researcher.
Mm-hmm.
Then I was a star student. Then when I finished my PhD, I started to work. Everything was perfect. I was successful. Everyone wanted to work with me. Then I became very anxious.
Yeah.
Then I asked myself, why am I so anxious? Then I realized I am anxious because I was dependent on validation and success. I had to be successful all the time to feel happy. In school, it was easy for me, but in real life, even if you see yourself successful, other people may not agree. Then you feel like, oh, they don't see me as successful. Then you don't get validation. Then I asked myself, okay, I am dependent on validation. Why am I like this? Then I realized the way I grew up, like with rewards, with praising all the time, so someone has to praise you, someone has to offer you something so that you feel successful or feel a word of love. Then I realized like all these mechanisms parents use to control their children create externally validated people. Then I said, wow, now I realize why am I like this? Because of all this rewarding and praising. Then this is how I got into this motivation field to understand myself. Then I started to tell I started to tell other people, other parents about this.
Yeah.
And then they realize, yes, when we reward our children, we get compliance, but not ownership.
Yeah.
Not commitment, not engagement. You can do you can make anyone do something with the word, of course, but you cannot get ownership. So I think the biggest mistake is try to get children to be motivated by giving them rewards. I think it's the biggest mistakes. We can talk about why it is like this a little later. Yeah.
Yeah, because you seem to say it's two sides of the same coin. So could you explain what you mean by that? I mean,
Yeah. For instance, if I tell you, if you do your homework, I will give you screen time.
yeah,
This wording. If you say, if you don't do your homework, I won't give it to you.
yeah,
So it's threat. So it's the same thing.
yeah,
Also, when you offer a reward, you are implicitly saying, if you don't do what I want you to do, you can't have it. So it's like fear-based parenting. We don't want to create fears.
yeah.
We want to understand. We want to understand why the child is not doing it. Then, rather than saying I should make my child do homework, we should say I should help my child. Why he or she is having difficulty with homework. I should understand why they don't want to do it. Then I should help them.
Yeah,
So it's rewarding and threat punishment are about consequences. It's fear-based. It's about control.
Right.
But we should move from control to connection to understanding and support.
Connections, the key thing, isn't it? Really, because
Yeah.
you're not going to parent without connecting with the child, are you?
Yeah. So we shouldn't run after compliance. We should run after connection and support.
Yeah, support. Support's a big thing, really.
Yeah.
Yeah. One of the big things of this podcast is understanding systems under pressure. And schools are measured through attendance, behaviour, exams, results, and performance data. And parents are often judged by whether their children appear well behaved. So, do those wider pressures unintentionally push adults towards reward system because they're trying to solve today's problem rather than nurture tomorrow's adults?
Yes. Rewarding children means I care about the result. Okay, I want you to finish 10 books.
Yeah.
So, and the child says, so I can read 10 books even if I don't understand, even if I don't enjoy it. But you are saying, look, this is homework. It's the pressure. You have to comply with this. So I don't care. I mean, it's implicit message. I don't care whether you understand, you learn, just you have to finish it. So you are moving your child from intrinsic internal motivation to extrinsic and pressure. So when there's pressure, parents are dealing with results, breadth, not depth, like not enjoyment, but finishing the task. So pressure and rewards creates their own pressure as well. So if you tell the child, if you read 10 books, you will get a reward. Maybe the child enjoys reading classics, too thick, and they would say, okay, I will choose short books, easy books. And then you're really killing the essence of reading, for instance, in this case. Yeah, in this example. Yeah.
No, that's absolutely true. Well, one area that's receiving or increasing attention globally is neurodiversity. Parents of autistic children or children with ADHD often receive conflicting advice about behaviour strategies. So does your research suggest the same principles around intrinsic motivation apply across different neurodevelopmental profiles, or are there important differences families should understand?
I think what I am arguing, what I'm saying is even more important for these kids. So, like, let's say I'm a teacher.
Yeah.
Like I have 20 kids. If I want everyone to do the same task, and if I give reward so that they finish the same task, these kids are at a disadvantage.
Yeah.
Right. So what I need to do is understand each kid and understand why they can't focus, why they can't finish the task. I have to develop a new strategy for them rather than making them comply to the average, to the normal task. So I think connection, understanding is even more important for these kids, because these kids can really stick to the average in the classroom, or what the teacher is doing for an average kid. So understanding is even more important, and rewarding kills that. Rewarding is about consequences, is about getting the child to do what I want them to do. So yeah, it's even more important for these kids.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And for the teachers listening, classrooms are busy, time is limited, reward systems are deeply embedded in education around the world. Where would you suggest schools begin if they generally wanted to build intrinsic motivation instead?
So I think teachers, when they teach, like the more you teach, the more kids listen to you,
Yeah,
which means the more kids are not thinking. So like if I talk all the time, so
yeah,
which means students are not thinking.
yeah,
Students are not engaged in critical thinking because they are listening.
yeah.
So what I need to do is stop talking. Like 10% or 20% of the time I talk, teachers talk. My job is to make children think critically, right? So I
Yes.
do activities. So I do activities where each child is engaged in activities. They think through the activities. They share ideas. So I give up control. I
Yeah.
give up teaching. So
Right.
the more I teach, the less they learn, because
Oh,
the less they think. So
right.
I stop teaching.
Yeah.
I do activities where each kid is mentally active
Right.
and physically active.
Yeah.
So you don't need to motivate the kids anymore. But if I
Right.
talk as a teacher most of the time, children
Yeah.
are bored.
Yeah. Of
So then
course. Yeah.
I have to use other mechanisms to
Yeah. Yeah.
motivate the kids.
That's
This
right.
is the reason why teachers are using reward, praise, punishment,
Yeah.
because children are bored, because they are only listening. They are not active mentally.
No. And for neurodiverse kids, that's even worse, isn't it?
Yeah.
And especially if they don't understand it. And a lot of teachers don't really, to be honest. Either that or they
Yeah.
can't handle it. One out of the two. So, well, I'd like to zoom out for a moment. Whether we're talking about families, schools, workplace, or even wider society, um, do you think we've become overly dependent on external incentives generally? And is this conversation actually much bigger than parenting?
Yeah, definitely. With social media,
Social media,
with
yeah.
like economy,
With
and
like economy, yeah. I like that
uh,
word, yeah.
yeah, and with the world being less safe,
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
more chaos in the world,
Yeah.
parents are more anxious,
Yeah.
so so they cannot tolerate ambiguity anymore,
Mm.
and then so more and more parents are becoming controlling. They
Yeah,
are
of
becoming
course.
more controlling.
Yeah.
So which means more structure, more um like um doing jobs for them. So I think it's getting worse, and children are losing their autonomy and internal compass. More parents are becoming more controlling.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. Well, finally, if a parent listening today remembers only one thing from this conversation, what's the very first small change they could make tomorrow morning that will strengthen their relationship with their child and help build genuine motivation?
Yes. If the child doesn't do something we want, our first reaction is this: okay, the child doesn't want to do it. How can I make him or her do it? Right? How can I make them do it?
Yeah.
So when you say this, you catch yourself. You're saying to yourself, okay, this is a control.
Yeah.
Rather than say, how can I make my child do it? We should ask, what is the need? What is the reason my child doesn't want to do it?
Yeah.
Let me understand this and let me help my child. So from control to connection, always understanding why my child doesn't want to do it. How can I help?
Yes.
Maybe what I want is wrong. Maybe what I want is irrational from the child's perspective. So always understand the real need, why the child doesn't do what we want them to do.
Exactly. You got to have. I mean, it really more the person more in that position to understand the child is the parent, isn't it?
Yeah.
Absolutely. Well, before we go, could you tell everyone where they can find your work and your book?
Yeah. So it will be out August 18th.
Oh, right. Okay. Yes.
It's called The Reward Trap.
Yeah.
And it also includes a foreword by Nobel Prize winner Aziz Sancar. And also, I'm very honored to have Richard Ryan's endorsement. He's the guy who started all this.
Yeah.
So, August 18th.
Yeah.
In every bookstore and on Amazon.
Excellent. Well, Dr. Bolat, thank you for sharing both the science and the practical reality behind this work.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. And one thing I've taken away from today's conversation is that motivation isn't something we can just simply give children through rewards. It's something that grows through trust, understanding, autonomy, and connection. And that has implications not just for families, but for schools, organizations, and societies everywhere. Thanks once again, Dr. Bolat, for joining us.
Thank you.
Because whether it's here or anywhere else in the world, once you understand how these systems operate under pressure, you start to see the same patterns everywhere. This is the Dave Pamah Show.